As many of you know, I am the lead admin for Frannie's Hair private Facebook group. And over, the questions that I see the most is how does this style compare to that style? Therefore, I am going to be doing some of these comparison videos for you, and I will keep them as short as possible. I do want to thank Frannie's Hair for loaning me two of these styles in order for me to be able to provide this video, this comparison video for you. I'm going to start out with a favorite from Jon Renau, and this is Ignite in the color Palm Springs Blonde. This is the first time I've ever put this Ignite on my head, and oh my gosh, this is so cute. I could see why it's a favorite. Ignite has a basic cap. So we do have permatease, and I thought that the permatease was going to be an abundance. I don't feel that it's an abundance of permatease, and this is just my first impression. I mean, I could feel the permatease there, but I don't think it's a pillowy type of permatease. Ignite does have a lace front. And we have some subtle layering here on the front. We have heat-friendly fibers. Now, the front on Ignite, it's about 8 inches. My face from hairline to chin is 7 3/4, and I'll have my measurements up on the screen here for you. But we do have about 8 inches on the front and subtle layering. Ignite is very light. It weighs under 3 ounces. It weighs 2.5 ounces, right around there. The fibers are really soft, very silky, and Ignite is available in petite, average, and large. It's also available in human hair. The nape on Ignite is quite short. It is 1.5 inches. So if you have a low hairline, as I do, I had to shave my neck in order to be able to show this wig to you. Because we have a basic cap on Ignite, we're not going to have the illusion of scalp if we part it. I mean, you can part it, you can certainly move the fibers over, but you're not going to have the illusion of scalp. We do have a pretty deep lace front, so you're going to have a little bit of a part right there or wherever you want to part it. And we can tuck it, wear it as an asymmetrical if we like. With Ignite, we're also going to have a stacked back right there. See that? It's a little bit layered and stacked. Similar to Ignite, we have Lenox from Beltress City Collection. This one is in Milkshake Blonde R. The difference between Lenox and Ignite is that with Lenox, we are going to have a left part and we're going to have a lace front. We also have a bit of an asymmetrical. It's a little bit shorter on my left side than it is on my right side. We're still going to have the stacked in the back, but it's not as much. And we have the same nape of 1.5. The other difference between Ignite and Lenox is that Lenox doesn't have any permatease. It is very, very sleek on top. We still have a very low density piece, but we don't have the permatease that we find on Ignite. And if you need that part, you're also going to have it on Lenox. The other thing to consider when we're looking at these styles is the color selection. We don't have the same colors on Jon Renau as we have on Beltress. So that's something else to consider. As far as the styles are concerned, they're very, very close. So how to pick one from the other? Do you want the permatease or not? Do you have a preference in colors? Do you want the left part? And they both have heat-friendly fibers. Now, if you want a style that's about the same length, just a little bit longer and a little bit longer nape, this is Bellissima from Beltress Cafe Collection in the color Brown Sugar Sweet Cream. With Bellissima, we're not going to have such a stacked back as we found on Lenox and we found on Ignite. The nape on Bellissima is 2 inches, while on the other two it's 1.5. So you're going to have a little bit more coverage at the nape. The sides are also a little bit longer and a little bit rounder. The sides on Ignite are 5.25 inches, and on Lenox they're 6 inches, but 8 inches on Bellissima. So it's just a little bit longer for those of you that prefer just a little bit longer style. But again, we have a very low density style. We don't have any permatease. And on Bellissima, we also have a left part. Bellissima is also available in 100% hand-tied and a full mono top for those that prefer those extra features on their caps. And just as we found on Lenox and most belt dress, we're not going to have any permatease on Bellissima. Now the first three that I showed you, Ignite, Bellissima, and Lenox, all have heat-friendly fibers. But for my friends that prefer regular synthetic fibers, you don't want heat-friendly fibers, we have Shelby from John Renault. This was just released, and mine is in the color Shaded Praline. With Shelby, we're going to have a full mono top. We're going to have the regular synthetic fibers and an extended lace front. We also have just basically the same measurements that we find on Ignite, we're going to have on Shelby. Let me fact check myself. Yes, the front on Shelby is 7.25, while on Ignite, the front is 8 inches. The sides on both Ignite and Shelby is right around the 5.5 inches, and the nape is 1.5 inches on both. The difference is going to be that the crown on Shelby is a little bit longer. It's about 2 inches longer on Shelby. It's 8.5 inches, while on Ignite, it's 5.75. The weight is going to be the same, and we have minimal permatease that is surrounding the mono crown, but it is minimal permatease and the density is very light. We also, on Shelby, we don't have as much of the stacked as we see on Ignite and on Lenox. It's going to be a little less stacked, slightly, but not by much. And if you love Ignite and you just want a regular synthetic fibers, then Shelby may be a good one for you to go with, especially the wearers that don't want permatease, or you want that full mono top. You want to be able to part it in any direction that you want. They're not exactly the same, but they're pretty close. I didn't mention the fit on all of these, but they are about the same fit. They all fit average, and of course the two from Belt Dress, Bellissima and Lenox, have the most stretch. Let me know if you find these comparison videos helpful and informative, and I'll continue recording some more of these. If you have some styles that you like recorded, let me know down in the comments. If I have them or I can borrow them from Frannie's hair, I will certainly do so. Thanks, everyone. I hope you're all having a fantastic day, and I will see you next time. Bye.